MLP tonight. I want to take a brief moment of silence for our fallen brother, Chris Godwin. He was truly someone special to me, and I will miss him forever on my team. With that being said, it's hard, man. It's hard not to smile. It's the PMLP. Matt and Matt evening. It's freaking 2 Matts, 1 Cave. It's the Matt and Matt experience. It's the best. It's the best podcast there is. I'm happy to be part of it. I'm Matt. He's Matt. We're here to talk about the PML on a podcast, PMLP. Talk to me, Matt.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. We had a little matchup, you and I, this week.
We sure did.
Get into in a second, but
25-point spread.
I just want to say, although I was playing against Chris Godwin and I needed him not to score a lot, and I saw he got injured, I didn't cheer because if one thing taught us this week, we don't cheer for injury, right? Or I don't know where do you stand on that with the whole Deshaun thing and everybody else? Where do you cheer for injury?
I don't know. I don't stand on it. I don't know. I didn't really watch.
Yeah, we don't cheer and we don't stand for injury. We don't cheer.
Yeah, I cheer or stand. Yeah, I don't stand for it. I sit. I kneel. I take a respectful kneel like a good former player should. Yeah, not during the anthem though. Just during injury.
Got to be careful there.
Got to be careful.
That's
yeah,
true.
you can't. You can make people mad.
Kneeling during anthem, no good. Kneeling for injury, okay.
Yeah.
Any other areas you can't kneel? I don't. At the end of the game, that's victory formation.
Yeah,
actually,
that's the best time to kneel. That's good. I like that. We can explore this more. Maybe on another podcast, we can talk about just a whole PMLP dedicated to different times when you should and shouldn't kneel.
I didn't know if we were going to break the news now that we are starting a second podcast all about kneeling, but I guess this is a good moment.
Well, it's a natural segue. So yeah, listen to the PMLK, PMLKP. All right, Matt, enough of this. Talk to me about week 7.
Let's get to it. All right, I was trying to delay this for you, but this is back-to-back less than 3-point games decided on a Monday night for you.
Yeah, sure is. Man. Thanks for the reminder.
Do you feel better on Monday night if you have a player, or do you feel better if you had the lead? Obviously, I think you feel better.
You feel no. I think it depends. Like if I have a lead that is outside of that player's projections, I probably feel better that way. But like if it's close, like ours was, I preferred my position where I had Godwin and needed 12.5 or 13 points. I preferred that position so much more. Because it's more exciting. It's like you're rooting for something to happen. It's like betting on the under. Like when you bet on the under, it's just awful. Yeah. So
that's true.
Yeah, man. Jordan Whittington, healthy scratch. If I started literally any other player, I win. You had Tank Dell, who scored 0 as well, so I can't complain too much. But
and Devonta Smith had 0.3. So that was it was a dud of a week for both of us.
Across the league, I think it was just bad.
Yeah. I might, oh man. I thought when Mike Evans went out that Godwin was just going to be due. So I was sweaty.
Yeah.
I was sweaty.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Chicken and rice.
Chicken and rice here, 112. Good performance from him. Lamar Jackson's just so good. Najee Harris. His running backs are doing a thing, and he's putting us up with no Tyreek Hill. When Tua comes back, it's going to be.
I know.
It's going to be scary.
And this is a guy who went 0 RB, more or less. Started off that way. So
that's a good point.
2 of his top 3 players, none of the top 3 were wide receivers. 2 of his top 3 are running backs.
Yeah.
Good on the kid.
Yeah. On the flip side, you got his brother here, not doing great, but Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown's still killing it. I mean, those guys are incredible. Hey, look, Chase Brown, top 3.
Hey, man, that's good. You just traded for Chase Brown in top 3. Yeah, it's what you want to see.
Yeah.
63 points, I think, too. That's a lot of points to score.
Yeah, man. Don't let him cook. I agree. Do not let him cook because it's not going to taste good.
It's not going to taste good, yeah.
No. All right. What do you got here?
We got Lamb has been cooked, Alvin and the Chipmunks. I think we both called Trip for this one. Dude, Derrick Henry, absolute pick of the season outside of Chris Godwin. Rest in peace forever. But, Derrick Henry is running back 1 on the season, and his quarterback on his team is also running back 1. So
yeah,
that's cool.
Well, on the flip side of that, you got Kareem Hunt also, who's balling out. Like, that's a waiver wire pickup. I mean, incredible grab. Dude, the Chiefs, I'm sorry. I know this is a fantasy football podcast. I just have to talk about the Chiefs for a quick second. Patrick Mahomes, like, looked so bad. He didn't throw a touchdown. He threw 2 picks, 100 and something yards. Like, only 100, like, barely broke 150. Yeah. And they win the game by 10 points against the 49ers. Like...
Yeah, what I want to know is what kind of a dumbass would draft Patrick Mahomes in the 5th round, 2nd quarterback overall. That's just, I feel sorry for the guy who did that. But
I mean, they just don't deserve to win with a quarterback performance like that. It's just insane. They're so Joe Mixon looks incredible. Sorry to cut you off there. Yeah.
No, it's like I was gonna say it's the anti-Bengals, but yeah, Joe Mixon does look incredible. It's still one of my favorite picks in the draft. We got freaking Misfit Toys. I don't even know what to say about this anymore. He broke 100 again, so more power to you. The guy's freaking 5-2. 5-2, and I'm outscoring him on the season. Mm-hmm. He's going to make the playoffs.
I know that's frustrating for you. I know that's infuriating, not even frustrating. We beat him up last week a lot with the 42-point thing. Deservingly so, because he broke a PML record.
Yeah.
I'm going to move past that for a second and just say, outside of that 42, he's sandwiched that with 100-point games back, on either side of that. He doesn't have Pacheco and CMC. I know we brought that up before, but I just do think if CMC does come back week 10, I am actually very scared. I hope he doesn't make the playoffs. I hope he keeps losing down and then he gets out of that 6th spot. And that's a compliment, Ben, because I'm afraid of your team, actually. But look at this. Javonte Williams and Tank Bigsby. His top 2 scorers.
It's crazy.
And
craziness. Dude.
Putting up 89 again.
I don't know about Ethan, man. Ethan is low scorer on the season for the whole league. We'll take a look at that later. 1-6. It's a scary place to be, man. That's not a good place. It's very clear that 3 of us will be in the pits, and it's really just a question of who will be the 4th joining us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. He's got Bijan and Josh Allen back-to-back weeks. Both did great. If he can get somebody else going, he could win a week.
Dude, looking at his top 3, you have Bijan at 21.8, Josh Allen at 21.02, and DK Metcalf at 17.9. That's like all of his points. Yeah. It's like 88% of his points from 3 guys.
Somebody else.
So,
all right, and then this was matchup of the week, in my opinion.
Definitely.
We said that last week on the pod, and it was a banger, high scoring. Ryan's team, I know he said somebody said in the chat today that he might be the guy getting that 6th spot. I think there's a lot of games left. Ryan gets in based on record.
Yeah.
Which I know you got to be hoping for because he got such a PF, like such a high PF.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. My biggest hope is that Ben doesn't win another game. That's my only chance.
Yeah, because you can outscore him in the PF. That makes sense. Yeah. But gosh, Cody's team. Njoku is going to keep doing this, I think. Too.
I know,
Njoku's
yeah.
going to be insane.
I know.
Wagon.
But just respect. It's a good team. It hurts to see. Couldn't be a worse guy to have a good team. But
I got to say this, though. Like, there's a real chance. I had the thought today of, like, oh, no. He could win again. If he goes back-to-back, nobody's ever gone back-to-back, and he'd be the first 3-time champ. And he would be the Chiefs at this point. Like, he said it once. He joked about it. I think he would be the Chiefs. I would be.
Well, maybe I should just trade you all my good players in exchange for guys who are off the waiver wire so it doesn't happen. Something to think about.
Yeah.
I think that brings us into our next portion, though. We got a first time here on the PMLP. We got an ad read. So Matt, why don't you take us away? Officially sponsored podcast. So shout out to our sponsor, Matt. Tell them a little bit more about our sponsor today.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Matt from the PMLP here, and I want to take a second to talk to you about a company that I personally used many times. My good friends over at Trade Z have all been helping me make trades.
Tradesall. Like the Sawzall, Tradesall.
Tradesall, yeah. Tradesall have been helping me make trades for years. Have a guy who's only rostered in 48% of fantasy leagues. Maybe a guy who has way outperformed his 80 average draft position, but still not elite. package them with one trades all, get her done pill to make to your league mate, and he'll be happy to send you a perennial wide receiver one. Seriously, guys, you won't believe how easy it is to get your league mates to agree to literally any trade. Head over to TradeRape.com with promo code CD for $10 off your first month. Now back to the show.
Matt, that was great. I really appreciate you reading that. For those keeping track at home, I'll say we're doing this kind of weekend update style. So I wrote that for Matt. I'm sorry. The company reached out to me and said, hey, can you put something together? So I wrote something down. They believe in our creative ability. So we're doing a little weekend update. That's live on the spot for him. We'll do it live on the spot for me later. But I really appreciate you reading that, Matt. And shout out to TradesAll and the Get Her Done pill. Maybe Ethan, maybe me, maybe some of us need to buy some of that. $10 off a month, code CD, and try to get something done. So just something to think about.
They do come in different flavor pills. It's just worth it.
I'll say for me, it was really hard to swallow. That pill was really hard for me to swallow. So
yeah. Do you do that much? Do you swallow a lot, or is that typical? Okay. All right. Moving on. We got a caller.
We got a caller. This is a little bit of a unique caller. This is someone who I haven't heard from before. I got a text from a number that I did not recognize. So I got a call. We recorded it. We're going to play it for you. Again, none of us know what this is going to say. So without further ado, here is our mystery caller who, again, I don't even know who this is. So give me a thumbs up on volume, Matt, because, again, we did not prep this.
Hey y'all, this is Billy, Central Alabama, first-time caller, long-time listener. I just wanted to say, Matt, Koopas Troopas, man, to be a 25-point dog and to come back and almost win the thing, that just shows some determination that I can tell most people in this PML do not have. I just know that deep down, despite the fact that, it's been tough going for you in these leagues, I think you really got it in you, man. I think that deep down you're a fantasy guru, and I think that everyone on the outside knows that. I think it's plain to see from the average viewer that Koopas Troopas is really the best fantasy mind in the league, and that's no disrespect to anybody else, but I think we all know it, and it's just time somebody said it. So I appreciate y'all taking my call. Like I said, it's first time, long time. I'll be calling back in later in the season maybe, but I just wanted to say that I really do think that Koopas Troopas, man, I really think you're the best player in the league.
Wow. What a call. Is that Billy
from... What did you say his name was?
I think it was Billy from Central Alabama calling in.
Wow.
He just wanted to say some nice things about Koopas Troopas. I just got to say, I've been thinking it for a while, and I completely agree with him.
Yeah.
People have been saying for a while how good I am at fantasy football, and I'm just glad that somebody else said it out loud. It was an outside voice, someone who's not even in this league, reaching out and saying, on the outside, just saying, Koopas Troopas, I see the hard work you're putting in. I see that you're determined, and people are really talking about how, you really are a fantasy guru. So it's good to hear, is all I'll say. It's really good to hear. Do you have anything to say about that?
No. Can you say the team name for me one more time?
Koopas Troopas, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought that voice sounded familiar, too.
No, what do you mean?
Alabama accent was coming in. I don't know.
That's okay, yeah, maybe.
That's good.
Maybe it's coming in.
I think I could still hear I could still hear it, but no, that's good. Yeah, it's a good team. Yeah, we'll see. They put up 73 this week. That's a decent showing.
I think that the caller, what the caller had in mind, if I can just put myself in, what was his name? Joey from Alabama?
Billy.
If I could put myself in Billy's kind of headspace, if I'm looking at it, I'm not talking about the team. I'm not talking about Josh Jacobs and T. Higgins and the guys on the team. We're talking about the manager here. We're talking about the man behind pulling the strings. The mental fortitude that he has, the never give up attitude, and if I were Billy, I would think that this is just a very handsome manager who's very good at spreading mulch, and just a great guy.
Yeah, I'll jump in here. I'll say this: I think one that you touched on right there is the most important important aspect, the mental fortitude. I mean, to be able to start 3 seasons in a row 0-4 and like still come to work every day and do this, that is just dedication and something that everybody needs to admire and appreciate. So I agree. Yeah, good point.
Shout out to Billy. That was a really good call. Anyway, if there's nothing else you want to talk about from Billy, we can move on to week 8, do a little preview.
Yeah, before we do, I want to, if you don't mind, I'm going to throw up the standings.
Please.
We talked about, that PF. I want to see, kind of give some guesses. We're done with week 7. We are halfway through the regular season. We are the halfway point.
Wow. Okay.
I think this is a live little moment I'm going to throw here because we usually plan this out, but I think we need to do some bold predictions here. Let's get some predictions for the season.
Let's
we're halfway through.
Let's predict it.
One thing I want to point out, and I was waiting for our game to finalize, I do think this week, these top 5 names here, all 5 were 1 through 5 at the start of last week, and all 5 won this week. So this was a separator kind of week.
Wow.
Top 5, first through 5th, all won their game this week. So but it's let's see. I think, like we said, Ben's only Ryan's only 2 games from Ben.
I would scroll down, Matt. Look at, because the points for where it lists that out, it puts everyone in order still, and this is a little bit more indicative based off of how we do our final seed. So if you look at it, look at the top 5. So that's you, Tripp, Cody, Ben, and Parker. If you include the top 6, all of those guys except for one are at or above 700 points. I'm counting Cody because he's at 699.02. And then Ben is at 600. And then if you look at the bottom 5, all of those are right around 600. And Grant is at 660. So it's close, man. The last seed is still very much open and alive.
I would put, even though statistically here, looking at it and everything, given just the past couple weeks of Cody's performances, I'd put me, Tripp, and Cody as locks for the playoffs. I think Parker has a high enough PF and a middle enough record. He's not technically a lock, but I think he's a favorite, a high favorite for the playoffs. Mm-hmm. I think us 4 are locks. I think the hot seats are Ben, Ryan, and Grant.
I don't think Ryan's in the hot seat at all, to be honest with you.
No, I agree. I think he's in the same boat as Parker, where it's not technically a lock, but I'd bet a lot of money on Parker and Ryan.
I think the bottom 5 that will be fighting for the last PF spot is Ben, Grant, me, Ethan, and Patrick.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think Ethan and Pat aren't. Throw it out. Just because the PF is low enough now, and we only got 7 games left, it's hard to climb.
It is. My only chance is for Grant to have a couple bad weeks in a row, and I pick it up pretty good. So
Cup coming back could help you.
I know. Did you see those trade rumors? This is a PMLP. This is not a fantasy football pod, but trade rumors. You might get traded. I don't know.
Who?
Cooper Kupp? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Rams are asking for a second-round pick. Yeah, Rams are asking for a second-round pick, and they're saying they'll pay most of his salary for this year. So.
Oh, interesting.
I kind of wanted to be a Chief.
Oh, wait, yeah. They just threw that out. The Chiefs are strong favorites to trade.
Let's go. Yeah.
No.
I hate that. No. I hate that for real football, but if it gets me into the playoffs, I'll be okay.
The Chiefs will trade for some guy at some point. It's just going to suck. All right. Real quick, I just want to filter this. I'd like to actually look at it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because Cody's down there because he had a bad start, but Cody's team's just on the up and up and up, so I don't rank him that low.
Yeah.
And then the PA, I know Ryan said he's the PA king, but I mean,
he's third.
Patton. Yeah. Again, if you're not counting, Pat and Ethan, if you're not counting Pat and Ethan in the fight, then yes, Ryan is the PA.
Yeah.
But I feel bad saying that. All right. I'm saying not counting them in the fight. That's what I feel bad about.
No, I know.
All right. Week 8. Here we go.
All right. Let's do it. Start us off. We got Mwahaha and chicken and rice. Very high scoring predictions here. We got you at almost 130, 126, and then we have Parker at 115. That's gonna be a good game. Probably should have saved this one. This might be matchup of the week.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that 126 is a little inflated because I don't think Daniels plays. Even though, like, football-wise, I really hope he does. Not even fantasy because it's him versus Caleb Williams. You know,
I know. I was just talking to my
so.
neighbor about that. He's a season ticket Commanders guy.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He was, like, really hoping he plays. So we'll see.
Yeah, that would be cool. But I think Jordan Love plays a bad team, so I'm excited for that. Maybe Jacksonville, so I'm cool to go with Jordan Love with this one. Yeah, Parker gets me, dude. Remember years ago we talked about, like, rivals and, like, doing that in our PMLP? I called Parker out. We were rivals. There hasn't been much of that talk since, you know. But, yeah, I feel like he gets me. So, I don't know. I'm scared. I shouldn't say this out loud, but I'm going to say it. We looked into records earlier this year, and Grant holds the records for the best start of going 8-0.
You could tie.
And that's why I shouldn't say it, so I could tie. And then I had the thought, even if I do, let's say I tie next week, to break it, you got to go 9-0, which means you beat all 9 people in the league, everybody else.
Wow, I didn't think about that.
So, like, not only does that break the record, then you have now played every person. Because, week 10, we restart our schedule back to week 1.
Wow.
So, God, I shouldn't be saying all this. I'm going to totally jinx it now. I'm done.
You're going to miss the playoffs.
But, yeah, like, if I could pull off the next 2, not only would I break that PML record, but I would have beaten every single person in the league. I played Ben week 9. That's who I played next week. So I've yet to play Ben. It'd be a fun way to do it. But we'll see. All right, moving on. Oof.
Go ahead, Matt.
Oh, no. Oh, this is like, you know, I don't know. You see a big guy, a small guy, like picking a fight with a big guy, and you're just like, oh, don't, buddy. Don't do it.
Yeah. Don't do it.
Ethan, don't do it. Actually, I don't know. You know, maybe it's bounce back week for Ethan. We'll see if Tua's back. Devon Achane could explode again. I'm gonna take Tripp in this. I'm just.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that's a safe pick.
Dobbins is gonna go off too. I think so.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm going with Tripp here. Really, I just need Ethan to keep scoring low so I can keep that PF spot. So we'll see. Sorry, Ethan, rooting against you. And then we got oh gosh,
look at this matchup. I can't even
look at this matchup. Can't even look at it. We got
He's gonna get another one.
Don't Let Me Cook versus Misfit Toys. We have a guy who's 1-6, projected 99.6 points, and then we have a guy who's 5-2, projected 95.7 points. Pat, I'm begging you, if there's ever a time, brother,
Pat,
come through for me. Pat, you have to, for your own sake, for my sake, for the sake of the league, for the sake of integrity, for the sake of what's right in the world, for the sake of all things fair. You can't let Ben keep getting wins. It's just not right.
Oh, dude. I only say it's not right because CMC will come back, and then I'm terrified. However, if CMC wasn't coming back, like let's say like Ben didn't have CMC and there wasn't enough here, I'd be rooting so hard for Ben. Like I want to see him keep stringing these wins together. And of course, I'd love to play that in the playoffs. But with CMC coming back, I'm terrified. So I'm on your side here. I don't want CMC. I don't want Ben to win. But Ben, just know it's nothing to do with you. I 100%. I would be rooting for the Misfit Toys here. But this is a battle. I'm gonna say, yeah. I think Ben's gonna get another one. I think Ben wins this. Who do you actually think will win? Like, give me the actual pick.
I really see Pat coming out on top. It just seems like a time where Pat's gonna do one of his like, come on. Let's go. Yeah. Like have one of those moments where he just kind of flexes his muscles a little bit. We'll see.
He needs CJ Stroud to do something. He's only projected 16 points. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
CJ could do more than that. So.
Yeah.
All right. Next one, Koopa's Troopers. Give me that. This is a fun battle, too. I really like a lot of these matchups this week. You and Cody, that's always a fun duo. Man, the projections don't look good for you, though. Wow.
Yeah. It's not awesome.
Cody's got a wagon, bro.
Ooh. Yeah, not super pumped to go against Cody. That being said, he always is the most injured team, and it hasn't happened to him yet. So if maybe it happens this week,
calling for an injury?
No, I would never call for an injury. I just lost my guy to injury. I'm just saying, if it's gonna happen, why not this week? I'm not rooting for it. I would never root for it. But if I have to pick when it's gonna happen. You don't root for an earthquake, but when it happens, you want no one to be in the town. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not rooting for it, but if I have to pick when, I want it to be when no one's in the town.
You should also kneel for an earthquake.
You should kneel for an earthquake. Yeah, it's good. It's good etiquette.
We'll see. You got Cooper Kupp on Thursday night game this week.
That's going to be a real tone setter.
Yeah, and Minnesota's good defense, so we'll see how that goes. All right, last matchup. This is a fun one too, man. Projection-wise, these teams have been doing well. Both 3-4. These are both fringe guys right now. This is an important matchup.
Yeah.
Wow.
If Ryan can get this done, I feel very good about his chances for the playoffs. And if not, I think it's going to be – he'll probably still get in on PF, but I think he'd feel a lot better with a win this week.
Definitely. I think I'm going to call it right now. Jordan Mason has an absolute game. He's due for one. And he knows his time's running out. CMC's coming back. So Jordan Mason's going to have a game. Ryan's going to get the win.
All right.
That's where I'm at.
Well, that was another PMLP, folks. That was a Paris Memorial League podcast. Matt, I want to thank you for doing an ad read for us, for letting the people know. And how about that caller was beautiful? Matt, you want to take us out from there?
Yeah, excited for you to listen to read your ad next week. But goodbye. Have a good night, y'all.
Deuces.